I'm Dudley Lynch, and this is commentary from Leap Psych, the blog about thinking skills. Bullet Brain, Liquid Soul. That was part of the title I used for a recent article in a Bangkok, Thailand business school quarterly. I used the much appreciated invitation by Assumption University to talk about new ways of tracking changes in human thinking, perceptual, belief forming, and decision-making skills. These new skills began to emerge in the 1950s and quickly picked up speed. I noted that my colleagues and I took a look at those changes in the late 1980s and concluded that the work of the late Claire W. Graves, a pioneering American evolutionary psychologist, towered above the field in tracking and explaining them. Dr. Graves' model of a stair-step path to mental, emotional, and spiritual maturity was closely tied to how a person's brain develops. This theory became a major basis for our best-selling book at Brain Technologies, Strategy of the Dolphin, Scoring a Win in a Chaotic World. What has not been widely understood is how, or why, we created our model of the carp, shark, pseudo-enlightened carp, and dolphin mindsets of believing, valuing, and thinking. That is what this article in the university's ODI journal is meant to help explain. A few highlights from the article. First, I talked about how metaphors are shortcuts, quick ways to get people's imaginations and understandings across bridges that, as a cartoon I saw depicted it, quote, can only be accessed from the other side, unquote. I invented my marine metaphors, including that of the dolphin, for just this reason, to help my fellow and sister participants on the planet grasp something important and do it in a hurry. That something is the idea that human thinking and consciousness are in play and evolving along with their technologies rapidly. There are people and organizations failing to notice this and act on it, who fail to do something different, could be seriously at risk. At its most basic, the dolphin mindset is a consequence of your brain having wired itself in a new way so that it is much less of a Rube Goldberg when it comes to representing the outside world to itself and deciding what it means. Until we can think like a dolphin, so to speak, most of our perceptions and interactions with reality are vulnerable to Rube Goldberg-type outcomes. Users of the dolphin mindset have either taken a goodly amount of guesswork out of deciding what is happening in the outside world, or else have an advantage in being able to ascertain what type of guessing is going on and how much faith to put in what the brain concludes. What difference does this make? Well, think of attempting to climb a ladder in total continuous darkness and then having the advantage of at least occasional illumination. So how does your brain manage to rewire itself so that it is entitled to call itself a dolphin thinker's brain? That topic is worthy of several chapters, or books in itself. But for now, perhaps the most succinct answer I can give is that the brain of a dolphin achieves the payoff we are describing because somewhere along the way it succeeded in putting itself squarely in the widest available path of advancing life. As I've already noted, the mindset of the dolphin first announced itself to a few astute observers in the 1950s. Over the decades, it began to qualify as a paradigm. The dolphin's openness to new perspectives and the interrelatedness of things has, in a very short time, begun to revamp our understanding of the world and ourselves on a breathtaking scale. But even in the 21st century, it is still unfamiliar to most individuals, no matter how high their IQ, how well pedigreed or educated or ambitious, or savvy. For the moment, you are probably best advised to be cautious with whom you speak about this. That is, about what it is like to be in your own very shiny, efficient, options-filled cockpit of new personal controls, decision-making skills, and people analyzing proficiencies. But you are well within your rights to understand that there is something fresh and exciting afoot in the human experience. A lot more information about how to think like a dolphin is available in the books, learning guides, and self-development tools discussed on our website at www.braintechnologies.com. And that's our commentary from LeapPsych. You'll find more on our blog on understanding, mobilizing what needs to come next at braintechnologies.com. Thanks for listening.